Today we're going to be learning about anatomic definition. Could you please demonstrate for us? Notice how the body is facing forward, he's standing erect, his feet parallel, and he's holding his arms at his side with his palms facing outward. Now we're going to be learning about the abdominal/pelvic regions. So see how we have a tic-tac-toe board here with 9 different regions. At the very top middle, we have the epigastric region. To the left and right of it, we have the hypochondriac regions. This right here is the right hypochondriac because it's on the right side of the user's body. Below the epigastric, we have the umbilical region. To the left and right of the umbilical regions, we have the right and left lumbar. Left lumbar, right lumbar. Now at the very bottom middle, we have the hypogastric region below the umbilical. To the left and right of that, we have the inguinal and iliac regions. Left and right inguinal. Now we're going to learn about the abdominal quadrants, the 4 subdivisions used to reference abdominal organs. See here it's divided into 4 different sections. At the top right, we have the right upper quadrant, or the RUQ. To the left of that, we have the left upper quadrant, or LUQ. Below that, we have the lower quadrant, the LLQ. And to the right of that, we have the right lower quadrant, the RLQ.
Now we're going to be talking about directional terms. There are 14 of them. Let's start with anterior. Anterior means on the front of the body. An example would be right here. Posterior means on the back of the body, which is anything back here. Ventral also means on the front of the body, which is again right here. Dorsal is also the back of the body, which means right here. Cranial refers to the head, which means the head is right here. Caudal refers to the tail or tailbone, which is right here. Superior refers to the head, top, or upper body or section. For an example, Aisha's head would be superior to his hips. Inferior refers to the tail, bottom, lower body, or section. So, for example, Aisha's feet would be inferior to his hips. Medial refers to the middle, towards the middle. So, Aisha's heart would be medial to his arms, because the heart is more towards the center of his body. Lateral refers to the side. So, Aisha's arms would be lateral to the heart, because it's further away. So now, we're going to be talking about proximal and distal. Proximal and distal refer to limbs. So, proximal means that it's closer to the point of reference of the limb, which would be up here, since it attaches to the body up here, and distal would be further away. So an example would be, Aisha's elbow would be proximal to his shoulder, while his fingers would be distal, because his fingers are farther away. Superficial and deep refer to inside and outside the body. Superficial means on the outside. So, Aisha's skin would be superficial to his muscles, while his muscles would be deep to the skin. That's all for directional terms.
Now we'll be talking about different planes. A plane is an imaginary line that divides the body or organ into sections. The first plane we'll be talking about is sagittal. It divides the body into right and left sections. The next plane we'll be talking about is frontal. It divides the body into anterior and posterior sections. The final plane we'll be talking about is transverse. It divides the body into top and bottom sections. That's all for planes.
Now we're going to be learning about body cavities, spaces within the body that contain and protect the organs. First, we're going to be starting off with the cranial cavity. It contains the brain. Getting a little more complex, we have the spinal cavity, which contains the entire spinal cord. After that, we have the dorsal cavity, which combines both the cranial and the spinal cavity and has both of them. It contains the spinal cord and the brain. After that, we have the thoracic cavity, which contains the heart, lungs, bronchi, trachea, esophagus, and thymus gland, right here in the middle of the chest. Right below that, we have the abdominal cavity, which contains the stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, and the large and small intestines, including the appendix. And our final cavity is the pelvic cavity, right here, which contains the urinary bladder, reproductive organs, and the rectum.